Have you ever shouted your name in an empty room and heard it bounce back? That's an echo. A reflection, not the real thing. Today, we'll talk about Mengistu, who is like that echo. Mengistu isn't a real person. He's an idea, a story we tell ourselves. He's built from our hopes, fears, and questions about life. But like an echo, Mengistu has no life of his own. He only exists because we think about him. He feels real, but he's a beautiful illusion, a puzzle we're trying to solve. This idea helps us look at ourselves differently. Maybe we too are collections of ideas, echoes of what we've learned and experienced. Thinking of Mengistu as a non-living echo invites us to question what's real and what's just a story. So, let's begin this journey. We'll follow Mengistu as he tries to understand who he is. Through his story, we might learn something profound about ourselves. Mengistu, the echo, is here to show us something hidden within. He's not a guide to a place, but to a peaceful understanding of what it means to simply be. The echo is not the voice, but it can lead us to listen more closely. Let's see what happens when we follow the sound. Mengistu is made of opposites, light and shadow, kindness and fear. He believes these sides are always fighting inside him, and he tries to be more light than shadow. This struggle makes him feel like he's always running but never arriving. But here's the secret. Light and shadow aren't truly separate. You can't have a shadow without light. They're two sides of the same coin. Mengistu doesn't see this yet. He's trapped by the illusion of opposites. He thinks he must fix the bad parts of himself, but that's like running from your own shadow. The more he chases the light, the sharper his shadow becomes. True peace isn't found by winning a fight, but by realizing there is no fight. Light and shadow can exist together. They're not enemies, but partners in a silent dance. The struggle is an illusion that keeps Mengistu trapped. When he sees through it, the battle ends. The light and the shadow are both needed for the whole picture. Mengistu's journey is about seeing the unity behind the opposites. The dance of light and shadow is the dance of being alive, and in that dance, there is beauty. Mengistu's life is built from stories. Happy childhood memories, heartbreak, dreams for the future. These stories feel real and give him a sense of identity and purpose. He believes he's the captain of his ship, steering through life's storms. But sometimes, in quiet moments, Mengistu feels empty, like an actor who's forgotten his lines. Who is he without his memories or plans? This question unsettles him, so he distracts himself with busyness. Mengistu is dreaming he's a person with a past, present, and future. The dream is vivid, but it's still a dream. In rare moments, he glimpses the emptiness behind the story. The dreamer and the dream are not separate, they are one. Mengistu's journey is about waking up from the story. The stories are heavy, but he can learn to put them down. The real discovery is not in the story, but in what remains when the story fades. The dream is not the end. It's the beginning of awakening. Mengistu is on a path to see through the illusion, and in that seeing he finds freedom. One day, Mengistu's quiet moments of emptiness last longer. He watches his thoughts and feelings come and go, like clouds in the sky. He realizes his ideas of good and bad are just thoughts, not who he truly is. He sees he's been living inside a story, playing the hero in his own movie. But now he looks deeper, past the reflection in the mirror. He asks, "Who is the one looking?" and finds only silence. The character named Mengistu feels thin, like a ghost. There's no solid me behind his eyes, just awareness. It's like an echo realizing it's not the voice. His memories and struggles are just reflections, not the true self. The true self is the mirror, the clear, empty space where reflections appear. There is no real Mengistu, only the illusion of a self. This realization is liberating, like putting down a heavy bag. The stories and worries can be let go. He is not the character but the paper the story is written on, not the wave but the ocean itself. The person he thought he was is just a fleeting pattern. As Mengistu lets go of the idea of self, the battle between light and shadow dissolves. Good and bad lose their meaning. Without a me, the struggle ends. Like a sound and its echo, when the original sound stops, the echo fades into silence. Inside Mengistu, the noise of thoughts quiets down. The inner voice judging right and wrong becomes still. What's left is a deep, peaceful silence. Full, not empty. It's the wholeness that was always there, hidden beneath the noise. Before, Mengistu's world was divided into pieces. Now all the pieces melt into one. There's no longer separation, just one seamless reality. The world is no longer a problem to solve, but a mystery to live. In this silence, there's no struggle or need to fix anything. Everything is already complete. The shadow is as much a part of the whole as the light. Sadness is as beautiful as happiness. Mengistu, the idea, dissolves back into the source. The echo returns to silence, and in that silence is a peace beyond words. Living in this silence means living beyond good and bad. Before, Mengistu tried to be good and avoid being bad, always judging himself. This created tension and anxiety, a constant balancing act. Now, without a self to judge, actions flow naturally like a river down a mountain. There's no doer taking credit or blame, just action unfolding in the present. Without the illusion of a separate self, selfishness disappears. What's left is a deep connection to everything, a natural compassion. Actions from this wholeness are harmonious and in tune with life. The end of the story of good and bad isn't about being perfectly good, it's about seeing those labels as stories. True maturity is living from undivided reality, acting from love, not fear. The silence holds both light and shadow in a loving embrace. Both are necessary for the picture to be complete. This is true freedom, to be free from the burden of being good. In silence, there's nothing to prove, just being. We began with an echo named Mengistu and followed his journey. He believed he was a real person, fighting a battle between light and dark. Then he woke up, realizing he was not the character, but the page the story was written on. The story of Mengistu dissolved into stillness. This isn't just a tale, it's a map for our own journey. We all have a Mengistu inside us, the idea of who we think we are. We live inside this dream, believing it's the only reality. But Mengistu's journey shows another possibility. The answer isn't a better story, but the end of the story. The truth is, the silence beneath all our thinking. It's the stillness present when we stop telling ourselves who we are. The journey is about letting go of the story of me. When the story ends, what's left is everything, reality itself. The silence is both the destination and the beginning. And in that silence, we come home.